Hey, garden lovers, got a garden that's not looking its best? Or maybe you're just wondering how to give your plants that extra boost? Well, you're in the right place. Today we're talking about when and how to add organic fertilizer to your garden to get those vibrant, healthy plants you've always dreamed of. So grab your gardening gloves and let's dive right into it. Did you know that adding organic fertilizer at the wrong time can actually hurt your plants? Yeah, that's right. If you want those strong, thriving veggies, flowers, or herbs, the timing is everything. Stick with me. We're about to get into some game-changing tips. So hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and let's get started. Let's talk about the importance of timing when it comes to fertilizing your plants. Timing is often one of the most overlooked factors in gardening. But trust me, it can make or break your plant's success. Organic fertilizers are different from synthetic ones in that they release nutrients slowly into the soil over time. This slower release is great for your plants because it gives them a steady, constant supply of nutrients without overwhelming them. However, because the nutrients don't hit the soil all at once, you really have to time it right to ensure your plants are getting what they need at the most critical growth stages. So, why is timing such a big deal? Think about it like this. When you go to a restaurant, you want your meal delivered at the right time. If it's brought to your table too early, it'll get cold. If it's brought too late, you're going to be starving and annoyed. The same goes for your plants. If you apply fertilizer too early, the nutrients could get washed away before your plants need them. If you wait too long, your plants could be missing out on a crucial burst of energy that could have helped them grow. One of the biggest mistakes gardeners make is over-fertilizing or fertilizing at the wrong moment. Over-fertilizing is a real problem because it can lead to nutrient burn. If you give your plants more fertilizer than they can handle, they end up absorbing more nutrients than they can process, which can result in damage to their roots and leaves. In some cases, this could even kill the plants. Yikes! On the flip side, if you apply fertilizer too late, your plants won't be able to take full advantage of the nutrients before they stop growing. Plants go through different stages of growth: germination, seedling stage, vegetative growth, flowering, and fruiting, each of which requires different amounts of nutrients. If you're fertilizing too late into one of these stages, your plant may already be at a point where it's not able to process the nutrients properly or use them efficiently. So, what's the best way to navigate all of this? Timing, timing, timing. Applying organic fertilizer at the right time ensures your plants receive the nutrients they need at the moment they need it most. Timing is crucial because it allows your plants to take full advantage of those nutrients for optimal growth. The reason organic fertilizers are so great is that they're slow release, meaning your plants will be able to absorb nutrients gradually, which minimizes the risk of burning them. But if you don't time your fertilization schedule to match your plant's needs, you might find that the fertilizer either doesn't get absorbed effectively or doesn't have the desired impact. Now that we understand the importance of timing, let's dive into when exactly you should apply organic fertilizer. Timing is everything, and applying it at the right moments during the plant growth cycle ensures that your plants are getting the nutrients they need when they need them the most. Organic fertilizers are slow release, meaning they provide nutrients over time, so understanding the right stages of growth is essential to maximizing their effectiveness. 1. Before planting, the foundation phase. The first and most crucial time to add organic fertilizer is before planting. If you're starting a new garden or transplanting plants, this is the perfect opportunity to give your soil the nutrients it needs. Organic matter like compost, well-rotted manure, or a granular organic fertilizer should be mixed into the soil before you plant anything. Why? Because this sets up a nutrient-rich base for your plants. When you mix fertilizer into the soil, it ensures the roots have access to all the essential nutrients from the very beginning. This step is especially important for vegetables, flowers, and herbs because they all thrive in soil that's rich in nutrients. If your soil is lacking key nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, or potassium, your plants will struggle from the start. Fertilizing the soil before planting helps to correct any nutrient deficiencies, and it provides the plants with a healthy environment to start growing. Just be sure not to apply too much. Moderation is key here. You don't want to oversaturate the soil with nutrients, as this could lead to nutrient burn when you plant. 2. During the growing season, maintaining the growth surge. Once your plants are up and running, they'll need a little extra attention. During the growing season, when plants are actively growing and developing, they use a lot of nutrients to support the formation of leaves, stems, and flowers. This is when organic fertilizers shine, especially slow-release ones. Fertilizing once a month during the growing season can keep your plants healthy and thriving. The best time to apply organic fertilizer during the growing season is usually in the early spring, when the plants are emerging from dormancy, or late spring to early summer, when they're putting on a lot of new growth. For flowers, vegetables, and fruit-bearing plants, this is a critical period because they're in the phase where they're growing vigorously and setting up flowers or fruits. The vegetative stage demands a lot of nitrogen, and your plants will need extra food to support this growth. If you wait too long to add fertilizer during the growing season, your plants might experience nutrient deficiencies, resulting in weak stems, yellowing leaves, or stunted growth. A slow-release organic fertilizer is perfect here because it provides a steady supply of nutrients throughout the season, reducing the risk of sudden spikes or drops in nutrient availability. 3. After harvesting, replenishing the soil. You might think that after your plants have been harvested, the job is done, but in reality, that's when the soil really needs attention. Once your plants are finished growing and you've harvested all their fruits, flowers, or vegetables, the soil is likely depleted of many of the nutrients it once had. Plants absorb nutrients from the soil throughout their life cycle, and after a season of growth, they leave the soil in need of replenishment. So, after your harvest, it's time to apply a final round of organic fertilizer. This is a great time to add compost, manure, or another round of slow-release fertilizer to ensure your soil is fertile for the next planting cycle. The best part is, by adding organic matter like compost after harvest, you're not only replenishing the soil's nutrients, but also improving its overall structure, increasing its water retention, and promoting healthy microbial life. 4. When plants show signs of stress, fertilizer as a rescue. Sometimes, despite your best efforts, plants can show signs of stress. Whether it's from pest damage, weather extremes, or other environmental factors, stressed plants often have difficulty absorbing the nutrients they need. This is when fertilizer can really step in to help. If you notice signs like yellowing leaves, stunted growth, or weak stems, it could be a sign that your plants are lacking essential nutrients. At this point, it's a good idea to add a little extra organic fertilizer to give them a boost. Liquid fertilizers are often the best choice here because they're quick to absorb and can give your plants an immediate burst of nutrients. However, you don't want to go overboard. Fertilizing too much when plants are stressed can sometimes make things worse, so always follow the directions carefully. Now that we know when to apply organic fertilizer, it's time to talk about how to apply it correctly. Organic fertilizers come in various forms, and how you apply them can greatly affect how well your plants benefit from them. The good news is that applying organic fertilizer is simple, but it's important to know the right techniques and methods for each type. Let's break down how to apply the most common types of organic fertilizers and get the best results for your garden. 1. Granular fertilizers, the slow and steady approach. Granular fertilizers are one of the most common forms of organic fertilizer. They are easy to use, last for a long time, and are perfect for providing slow, steady nutrient release. Granules can be made from things like composted manure, bone meal, or alfalfa meal. Since granular fertilizers break down over time, they're great for long-term feeding. How to apply granular fertilizer? Spread evenly. The first step is to evenly spread the granules around the base of your plants. You can either use your hands, a small scoop, or a broadcast spreader to help with the application. Make sure you cover the soil evenly, but avoid getting any fertilizer directly on the plant's leaves or stems, as this can cause nutrient burn. Work it into the soil. After applying the fertilizer, use a small rake, hand trowel, or your hands to gently work the granules into the top layer of soil. This helps to start the nutrient absorption process by increasing contact between the fertilizer and the soil. Water. Well, once the fertilizer is applied and worked into the soil, water the area thoroughly. Watering helps the fertilizer begin to break down and move into the soil where it can be absorbed by the plant's roots. Without enough water, the fertilizer will stay on the surface and won't be as effective. 2. Liquid fertilizers, quick results, when you need them. Liquid organic fertilizers like compost teas or fish emulsion are a fantastic choice for giving your plants a quick nutrient boost. They are absorbed fast and get right to work providing the nutrients your plants need. Liquid fertilizers are great when you notice a plant struggling or when you're in the middle of the growing season and your plants need a quick pick-me-up. How to apply liquid fertilizer. Mix. According to instructions, liquid fertilizers usually come in concentrated form, so make sure to dilute them with water according to the instructions. Too much concentrated fertilizer can burn your plants, so be sure to follow the recommended ratios. Pour at the base. To apply, simply pour the diluted fertilizer around the base of your plants. You want to avoid splashing the leaves too much, as some liquid fertilizers can burn the foliage. Directing it to the soil ensures that the plant roots get a nice dose of nutrients. Water. Again, after applying the liquid fertilizer, give your plants another good watering. This helps the nutrients absorb into the soil and reach the roots faster. 3. Compost and organic mulch, the gift that keeps giving. If you're looking for a slow-release, nutrient-packed organic fertilizer, compost is your best friend. Compost is rich in organic matter, which improves soil structure, water retention, and microbial activity. It also releases nutrients slowly, ensuring your plants get a steady supply over time. How to apply compost. Spread a thin layer. Compost should be spread in a thin layer on top of the soil around the base of your plants. Aim for about 1-2 inches of compost depending on the size of your garden. Avoid piling it too thickly, as this could restrict water flow or make it harder for your plants to take in nutrients. Work it in, optional. While you don't have to work compost deeply into the soil, you can gently mix it into the top few inches of soil to help it break down faster. This can also help distribute the nutrients more evenly to the roots. Leave it as mulch. You can also use compost as mulch by simply leaving it on the surface. It will continue to break down slowly and feed your plants, while also helping to retain moisture and suppress weeds. Now that we've covered when and how to apply organic fertilizer, it's time to wrap up with some essential tips for success. Organic gardening can be incredibly rewarding, but there are a few key things to keep in mind to make sure your plants are getting the most out of your fertilizer efforts. These tips will help ensure that your plants thrive, your soil remains healthy, and you get the best possible results from your garden. To sum it up, successful fertilization isn't just about applying organic fertilizer, it's about making sure you're doing it the right way and at the right time. Happy gardening!